Welcome to Couples Becoming Intentional. I'm Carrie.
I am John.
And here at Couples Becoming Intentional, we want to equip you with different tools and resources so that you can live intentional lives with those that you love to leave a legacy that lasts. So today we are talking about, we have a question, and the question is, what activities do we both like? I'll be honest, when we picked up this question, it was like, I think we're going to have different answers. I think we can both agree on activities that we both don't like doing.
Yeah, like outdoorsy things.
Outdoorsy things.
Well, we do outdoorsy things because...
Not camping.
Yeah, we just don't want to be outside at night.
Extreme outdoors.
Extreming, yes.
Like we're not hiking people.
No. Yeah, that's what people kept asking us when we went to Phoenix on our latest trip.
That's right.
They're like, oh, did you go hiking? I'm like, heck no.
I'm on vacation.
It's 100 degrees outside. I'm not going hiking.
No.
That sounds awful. That sounds like my personal hell.
That sounds horrible.
Anyways, so Carrie, what do you like doing when you're not working?
No, it says what do we both like?
Both like? Oh, together activities?
Together activities.
I took it as what do you like doing when it's like, what do you do to rest? What do you do to like activities? I mean, we do things together.
Okay.
Occasionally.
I'm going to phrase this the way that I intended it. So I'm going to spitfire just activities that I believe we both like doing. And then you can go of activities we both like doing.
Okay.
So one activity that I think we both like doing is playing mini golf.
Yes, we do love
absolutely love mini golf.
We love mini golf.
And when we are kidless doing mini golf, we always keep score.
Yes, because Carrie is competitive.
Yes.
And John is petty.
Yes.
And so basically Carrie wants to win.
Mm-hmm.
And John doesn't want Carrie to win.
Correct. That is exactly how it goes. So can you name an activity that you and I both like to do together?
Something we haven't done in a while, which we are able to do soon, hopefully, is we like to go to Barnes & Noble.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Get our coffee and just pick a random book and start reading it.
Yes. And we did that when we were in Phoenix.
Yes, we did.
We did. But you got some Barnes & Noble gift cards from... Deborah Ann. The reason why we like doing that, it was actually a recommendation from another couple friend of ours, and we don't buy the books from Barnes & Noble. Like we literally just buy gift cards to buy the Starbucks coffee. Actually, here's a pro tip: call up your Barnes & Noble and double check that they have Cheesecake Factory cheesecake there, because they do most of the times, and the flavors usually rotate. So that's another reason why we go Starbucks coffee, or just coffee, and then Cheesecake Factory cheesecake, which is phenomenal. And then we just go and pick out books that we like think we might want to read, and then read a couple pages, or like just kind of start it. And then if we want it, we go order it on Amazon.
Yes, because Amazon is going to have it like $10 cheaper.
Yes.
Because everything is cheaper.
Yes.
Usually.
It is very true. One activity that we have never done before, that we're working on getting it on the calendar for this summer, is we're both going to go get a pedicure together.
Oh, yes. Yep.
So this is me inviting John into pedicure world from Cindy. So we'll report back on that. The other thing that we've had a gift card for that we have tried to do is go get a couples massage.
Oh,
and
yes.
Please, if you have gotten one, or like neither of us have gotten massages before at all. I'm a wimp. Like, just scratch my back. I don't want to be
low pain tolerance.
Yeah. And we're gonna be scheduling round 3, because both of the times that we've had to cancel them. One, because we were gonna be late. We were stuck in traffic in Florida, and then the second one, Finn ended up in the hospital. So we it's almost like I kind of don't want to book it, because I don't want to jinx myself that I'm going to have to pay an astronomical amount of money just to not be able to go.
Jinxing yourself?
Mm-hmm.
No, there's no such thing as jinxing yourself. It's a lie.
Okay, so...
You're leading to believe.
What? Oh, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other activities we like to do.
we really like to spend time outside with our kids.
Yeah.
Like parks.
Yeah. A lot of stuff that we do together is with our kiddos.
Yes.
And so, yeah, we'll go for walks. We'll go to a park. We'll go to...
I just thought of something else.
Just the two of us?
You and I.
Just the two of us?
We haven't been able to do it. It's to go play pool.
Oh, yeah. The last time we tried, there was a tournament going on, and so we ended up just getting appetizers, I think.
It was kind of a mess, but that's okay.
It was good.
Yeah. So we're like in the season of like, what have neither of us done, or maybe one of us has done a really long time ago that we want to like pick up and just try again.
Yeah. And like one of the perks of getting married, it's a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah.
Of getting married so soon, so early in life. We haven't really established or developed like our likes and dislikes or our hobbies or activities that we want to do. And like the beauty of that is that like we get to develop like, hey, this is something that like sounds somewhat interesting to me. You can invite the other person into it, and then you can like develop the skill together. So like for pool, I discovered that like I'm actually pretty decent at pool because I was playing with some of my high schoolers from youth group at a conference, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I won like 3 games in a row against these high schoolers. I kind of enjoy this. And so Carrie found out that she enjoyed it from a trip that she went and she did it with her cousins. And so we're like, okay, let's go try it together. So
that's in the works. So I think that's why when I look at this originally, when we picked this question of like, what activities do we both like? My mind immediately went to us together as a couple, because if you were to ask me, John, even before recording, was like, what are your hobbies, Carrie? And I was like, my what? And
life isn't about the work that you do, Carrie.
Well, I understand that.
Or just about the work that you do.
So most of the things that I don't have a lot of things that I'm like by myself doing. I'm inviting other people along with me to enjoy different things.
You're such a people person.
I am a people person, which is why this is like a very different, because I'm sure you can list off different activities that you like to do. You're in a season right now too, John, of like trying different things.
Yes.
And just really figuring out what do I personally like to do that lights me up, especially now that you're home full time. It's like finding the time to really pour into yourself outside of being a husband and a father. So back onto you, what you personally, John, what are activities that you like to do?
So yeah, like right now, what Carrie said, I'm trying to figure out different things. Also trying to find things that like, yes, I can go do them by myself. Well, most things you can do by yourself, but like it's more fun if you bring friends along.
Absolutely.
And so like I do need, like, I'm realizing I like adults and I want adult interaction, which is funny because the thing I'm doing, like I have scheduled this Friday, I'm going to go disc golfing with a young adult who just got married, and then a high school, well, he's just graduated high school from high school, and then a junior.
Yeah.
And so like somewhat adult, but like they're mature people, and so like I get to have good conversations and have fun with them, trying, like, I know they're all better than me, and so it'll take a little bit. I found some a little detour here, but that's fine, we have time. Of that, like, for whatever reason, when I'm around other people, like it's not like I consciously think that like, oh, I want to perform well or I'd want to do better. It's like this almost like subconscious thing where I'm like, okay, I am going to try to do a really good shot because I want the praise. I want the like, hey, that was really good. And so like that's something I'm working through. Anyways, so that is one activity that I'm like, okay, like I'm going to try that. I thought for sure it was going to be D&D, which I know some Christians are like, how dare you invite Satan into your basement? But like, I really enjoy it. It's just using my imagination, and I can find people. That one is a lot harder to find people to do it with, and because you need a group of people. And then, yeah, I finding like there's always scheduling conflicts with that, and so yeah, I really enjoy doing D&D. I invested a lot of money in, well, like $200 into D&D stuff, so I enjoy it. I don't have any D&D groups anymore because one fell through and the other one didn't even start. So yeah, that's life, especially with D&D scheduling. Other things I like reading
a lot.
I mean, I've read 40 books so far this year. I don't know if I'm going to hit my 100 book goal. I kind of given up.
That's okay.
Yeah, because I want to start reading bigger books. And so I know that if I read, I have a 600-page book on my shelf right now that I want to read. And I know if I read a 600-page book, the reality of hitting 100 is less likely.
Can you count as 3?
So, I mean, I wish, but no, that does not. That's, no. So, yeah, I like reading.
Soccer.
I do. I like playing soccer. I don't know if I'd ever get around to actually playing on a team. That's a thought. What else do I
do you see how difficult this question
is? I know. It's what do you do in your spare time? Because I have spare time. It's most likely I'm going to be home with spare time because like it's going to be during nap time or after the kids go to bed. After the kids go to bed, we either read or we watch. That's something we do together. We watch some sort of show. So right now we're watching Psych again.
Because and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, yes. I love Star Wars. That was going to be one. Yeah. I love Star Wars. And so like anytime they have a new show coming out, you got to watch it. Like you got to. And like Kenobi is like right up there with Mandalorian. So it's just like so good. Because I was a little disappointed with a book about Boba Fett. But it was good. Just not to like Mandalorian standards. What do you like to do?
I like, John jokes about it, but I truly do love working. So that is like the biggest eye roll I think I've ever seen just came from him. So that is something I like to do. I'm very passionate about what I do. And I love getting together with friends and going out for coffee, going out for lunch, and just hearing more about their story and just seeing how God's really working in their life. That's something I really love to do. So I always make sure that there's at least a couple of those on the calendar, or us inviting a couple over for dinner or something like that, just to really make sure we're being relational with other people and meeting new people, and just being in community with people is super important. One activity that is so nerdy to me, and you're going to laugh at me, is I love travel planning, even if I do not go on the trip or it's like just a dream travel. I am like not always thinking about it, because that's not true, but I love being able to like plan trips. So that's what it, like at night it will be in my like, ooh, what are flights looking like right now? So and it's not even like for now, it's like or what are some really fun vacation spots that we would want to take the family one day, or I love watching YouTube videos about Disney planning trips, or just different things about Disney World. And John is like, oh, that's something I enjoy doing. And then my mom, my sister, and I are actually training for a half marathon. So we do a lot of long walks. We're walking it, a lot of long walks together and just talking the whole time. So walking is something I definitely do enjoy as well. And then listening to podcasts or audiobooks are different activities I like to do. I have to be very, I choose to be very like multitasky in this sense of like when I'm driving, I'm listening to something. When I'm walking, I'm doing something. If I'm in a red zone and I can do work that comes fairly easy to me, I'll be listening to something. So
when you say red zone, what does that mean?
Okay. Red zone is when I'm not working at my peak active energy level. So it's just things that come really easy to me that I don't need a ton of energy to be able to do. If you're familiar or fascinated about this concept of energy management. It's not woo woo. It is literally just listening to your body. You can look up At Your Best by Carey Nieuwhof. It's a really good book.
You're welcome.
Sponsor us.
I was saying you're welcome to you because I got you.
Oh,
to read the book and to look at his master course. And yeah.
Yes. Carey Nieuwhof is a podcaster I listen to often. So
you're welcome.
Those are different activities that I like to do. I haven't gotten to a point in my life yet where I'm like wanting to try new activities. I don't know if anyone else resonates with this, but I am a all in or all out kind of person. So I'm either like, I want to do it and be the best, or
I want to be,
I don't want to suck at something, which is like my own personal thing. So reminding myself that you're not going to be the best the first time you try something. So
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
What?
That's a part. There's a lyric in the Pokemon theme song that says, I want to be the very best, the best that I can be.
Oh. And
so when you said that, that's what popped into my head.
Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. Okay. So
there's a blast from my past. I played Pokemon growing up.
That was an activity that you liked to do growing up.
I did.
Yeah. Any other ones that are coming to your mind from like your youngin' days before marriage?
Before marriage, I played a lot of video games.
Oh my gosh, that's right. You played a lot of video games.
Yeah. I mean, video games are more enticing than go to actual classes or doing homework or studying for tests.
Oh my gosh. Do not take that advice.
No. And I watched a lot of YouTube growing or like in college and high school.
Wasn't those like the Minecraft like video tour walkthroughs? They're walkthroughs, right?
Not walkthroughs, just
gameplay. Oh, I got it.
Gameplay of different games, not just Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember those days. And do you play video games now? You didn't list it before.
I do. I'm not on like a console, just on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have nap times, so I can
play your soccer game.
Play my soccer game.
Or which is so much fun. What is the game that you're playing right now, John?
Candy Crush.
You sound like an old lady.
I find like the puzzle bits, it activates my brain. It makes me like think. So it's really fun because like I started like 2 days ago and I'm already on level like 70 something.
Okay, that proves to you how much he's playing.
No, it's just that I always get it on first tries. Even like
impressive.
Even like the super like, oh no, people get stuck on these. I like get it on the first try. And I'm like, I always feel proud of myself of like, oh, there's a pat on the back of like, I got it first try. And this is apparently like a really hard, it's just, like if you play, it's the skull and crossbone with a really dark gray image to show like, oh, people get stuck on this all the time.
Oh, fascinating. Before we got married, I volunteered in ministry a ton.
Well, we still volunteer.
A ton. No, this is like to an extreme. Sunday morning, Awana. Too unhealthy, I would say. So like Sunday morning at my actual church, Wednesday or Thursday for Awana, whenever they had it back then. And then I would actually go to another church on Tuesdays to do their Awana.
Oh, yeah.
During that season, like I was in college, I was in crew, and that's all I did. And then camp was a really big like part of my life and just investing in the relationships up there. So
now is that would that be classified as work or as an activity?
Well, when I was going up as volunteer, it was an activity.
It's still kind of worky.
But I'm not getting paid.
Yeah, but you're still doing something.
Yeah, and that's what I like to do. My activities revolve around me doing things, and that's with other people.
Okay, but I'm like, what are the things that you do like on Sabbath or on things that are like on your rest days? Because like, there's a difference of like doing things with God or doing things for God, and I think there is a place where it's like we need to do things with God, not for God. And like in college, you're doing things for God.
Yeah. And that was more of that wasn't even my mindset behind it either.
Well, no, it's never that your mindset about it, because then I'd be too prideful of like, I'm going to do things for God. Like, no, that's not where we need to be.
So rapid fire as we wrap up real quick. John, what is your coffee order?
My coffee order? Like
hot and cold.
At Starbucks?
Well, yeah, if you were to go to Starbucks.
So if I'm doing hot, I do a hot caramel latte.
Yes.
And if I'm doing cold, I do the nitro cold brew.
Anything in it?
No. Well,
I messed
sometimes
this up last time.
sometimes no, because it's a lot easier for them. Sometimes, but if I'm like, I don't want it as bitter, I'll ask for like a splash. And I think I've done that like 4 or 5 times, and I've gotten it back once. That was proper.
Oh my gosh. To your definition of splash.
Yes. And so like usually when you say splash, you're like, oh, you want light cream? I'm like, no. I literally want a splash. Like well, not just, it's more of it's like just like the top lip of the, yeah.
Got it. Okay. So. Next rapid fire question.
What is your coffee order?
My coffee order. So I can only drink coffee at certain times of the month, and low iron problems.
It's the time of the month.
I can drink coffee. I just found my coffee order from Starbucks, so this is actually why I asked the question. I drink an iced vanilla latte with light ice, or a vanilla sweet cream cold brew with cold brew foam if I'm feeling extra bougie and want to spend $8 on my drink.
Like $1.50 for
so dumb
cold brew.
Yes, I also love frappuccinos, non-coffee frappuccinos, because that's what I grew up with, because I have not liked coffee. It's only started within the last couple of years. Like, I don't even drink that much. So that is hot or iced. I don't buy hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate, but I don't like Starbucks hot chocolate.
Yeah, anytime I would go to a coffee shop or something, Carrie was like, oh, get me a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And like so I'm always
like a 12-year-old.
Yeah. So every time I'm like, we're at some place or somewhere, I'm just like, can I get my, my caramel vanilla or caramel latte, and I'll have a hot chocolate.
Yeah. They're like,
oh,
yeah, it's super weird. Okay. Next question. This is rapid fire. If you were to invite anybody to a dinner party, who would you invite?
Dead or alive?
Either. You get to choose. You can pick 3 other people. So there's 4 of you at a table.
I don't know who I'd pick dead.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know why you asked that. I think I would probably.
You could be like celebrities.
Come now. I wouldn't pick celebrities. I want I want wholesome conversation, Carrie. And so I would talk. Ooh, can I invite Jesus?
No.
What?
Everyone picks Jesus. It's lame. I mean,
but he's the greatest theologian the world has ever known.
Okay, that was a given. Jesus is coming.
Okay, well, he's always there. When 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, Carrie.
See, this is why it wasn't an option, because we already assumed he was going to be there.
Yeah, but like I can't ask him like questions of like, what is God actually like? Anyways,
you could ask the Spirit.
Yeah. In some
capacity.
Can
you please answer the question?
I would invite my favorite theologians of right now.
Okay, which are?
N.T. Wright, or Tom Wright, Scott McKnight, and Tim Mackey.
Wow.
That'd be a great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I had a dinner party, I would literally invite my clients that I've never met before, and they live in fun places, so I would go to their house.
Fun places.
Well, yeah, they live in Dana lives in Southern California. They're building a pool.
Yeah, they live in warmer climates.
Yeah, everyone lives in warmer climates, so I would want to go visit them. So
Wisconsin problems.
That is all we got for today. So you can
no more rapid.
Do you have a rapid fire?
What is your favorite genre of book?
Okay, we talked about this. I don't read books.
If you're going to go to like Barnes and Noble, like we said before,
yeah,
what kind of book are you going to pick out?
Nonfiction. That's only books I read. I read to learn. I don't read to have fun. I haven't gotten into that. So if anyone has really good fiction books, send them my way. I used
to read a lot of fiction
books. You
did. And like I enjoyed it. And so now I picked up
Loki.
Yeah. So we have a little tiny library that we sometimes walk to because the kids love getting new books. It's a great thing. Mm-hmm. And they had a Loki book, like a young adult
Marvel-esque.
Well, it is Marvel. Yeah. And so I'm like, yes, heck yes. Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking like, if I like it, like enjoying it. So there's a lot of like young adult Star Wars novels out there.
Oh.
And so like, for sure, like I want to pick up Brotherhood, which is like the story of Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Ooh, that'd be good. Can you read it to me at night?
Sure. I will. And
as I fall asleep at night.
Do you want my deep voice of the?
No, I want.
Or do you?
British accent.
British accent. Oh, I can do Scottish.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Scottish.
I love it.
Oh, don't be a ninny.
This is another activity that we are going to be able to do together. Is John is going to soothe me in a Scottish accent, reading a young adult fiction book about Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker.
Yes, Star Wars. Everything is connected to Star Wars.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
That's a great question. A great rapid fire question.
Usually when I go, it's like theology or something Christian.
Yeah.
So I think the last one I picked up was like how to parent and how to teach diversity to kids or something like that. And,
so we're a nonfiction family trying to be fiction. So if you have recommendations, feel free to send me a DM at Carrie Vaco on Instagram. We love it. Thanks for listening to another episode of Couples Becoming Intentional. As always, if you have a question that you would like us to answer here on the podcast, you can go ahead and send us an email at jcvhouse@gmail.com, or you can send me a DM over on Instagram at Carrie Vaco. We'd love to be able to answer and feature you on here on the podcast. And as always, if there is somebody in your life who would benefit from this episode, feel free to go ahead and send them the link. And if you love this content, we'd love to be able to hear from you. So go ahead and leave us a review over on Apple Podcast.
Until next time, we love you and we appreciate you.
See you guys.
Bye.